China's social credit system, the cyberpunk surveillance state. What if your ability to buy plane tickets, get loans, or date someone depended on an algorithm's assessment of your behavior? In China, this isn't science fiction, it's social policy, and it's coming to the West in ways you might not expect. China's social credit system represents the most comprehensive attempt to quantify human behavior in history. It's a real-world surveillance dystopia where every action is monitored, scored, and used to determine your access to services, opportunities, and social participation. But here's what makes this disturbing. While we critique China's approach, similar systems are emerging in Western democracies through private companies and social platforms. Today, we're examining how this cyberpunk surveillance state works and whether we're building our own versions. China's social credit system is a network of interconnected scoring systems run by government agencies, tech companies, and financial institutions. The goal: create a comprehensive record of every citizen's behavior and use it to reward compliance while punishing deviation. The system tracks financial transactions, social media posts, jaywalking incidents, and online gaming habits. Facial recognition cameras monitor public behavior, payment systems track spending, and internet activity is analyzed for political dissent. Citizens receive scores from 350 to 9950. These determine access to high-speed internet, plane tickets, hotel bookings, and dating app matches. Low scores prevent children from attending elite schools or adults from getting certain jobs. Social credit integrates seamlessly with essential services. Your score determines whether you can buy business-class train tickets or get a loan. Landlords check scores before renting apartments. Dating apps let users filter matches by behavioral scores. Payment systems like Alipay and WeChat Pay feed transaction data directly into algorithms. Every purchase becomes a data point. Buying alcohol might lower your score, buying approved books might raise it. Citizens with low scores appear on public blacklists, displayed on billboards and social media. Mobile apps let residents identify low-scoring individuals nearby. Public transportation displays violators' names and faces, turning commutes into shaming ceremonies. The system borrows from video game design, using points and rewards to encourage desired behaviors. Citizens earn score boosts by volunteering, making donations, or demonstrating political loyalty through social media. Users receive notifications when scores improve and unlock privileges at higher tiers. This gamification makes compliance feel voluntary and engaging. Citizens actively compete to demonstrate trustworthiness, transforming surveillance into a social game where normal participation is the prize. Western societies already operate primitive social credit through financial credit scores. Your ability to rent apartments, get loans, or secure employment depends on algorithmic assessments of past behavior. American credit scores factor in lifestyle indicators with little relation to creditworthiness. No credit history can hurt more than bad credit. Both Chinese and Western systems use algorithmic scoring for essential services and create permanent records that trap people in cycles of exclusion. Western corporations have built behavioral monitoring rivaling China's state surveillance. Amazon tracks every product view, Google monitors search history and location, social media platforms analyze relationships and emotional states. These systems shape behavior through recommendation algorithms and targeted advertising. Western societies enforce social credit through cancel culture, socially and economically ostracizing individuals for perceived violations of cultural norms. Unlike China's centralized system, this operates through distributed networks of employers, platforms, and peer groups. This can be more unpredictable than China's official system because rules are implicit, constantly changing, and enforced by crowds rather than consistent algorithms. A decades-old post can suddenly destroy careers if it violates today's standards. Uber ratings, Airbnb reviews, and Amazon seller scores create comprehensive reputation systems determining economic opportunities for millions. Low ratings can end employment, reduce bookings, or eliminate income sources. The gig economy operates on algorithmic reputation management across multiple platforms. Modern fintech uses behavioral analytics for user access and pricing decisions. Systems analyze spending patterns, social media activity, and smartphone usage to assess creditworthiness and risk. Some companies use social network analysis, education records, and psychometric testing to evaluate applications. This creates a shadow social credit system where digital behavior affects financial access, but criteria and processes remain hidden with no way to appeal algorithmic decisions. Living under comprehensive surveillance fundamentally alters human psychology. When behavior is monitored and scored, people optimize for algorithms rather than authentic preferences. Research shows surveillance creates a chilling effect. People become more cautious, conformist, and risk-averse when watched. They avoid political discussions, limit creative expression, and modify relationships to appear acceptable to monitoring systems. In China, citizens report constant awareness of scores when making decisions. They consider algorithmic implications of friendships, purchases, and entertainment choices. This creates internalized surveillance where people monitor themselves more strictly than any external system could. Social credit encourages performative compliance, behavior designed to signal virtue to algorithms rather than reflect genuine beliefs. Citizens game the system through approved activities and public support of approved causes. This creates a performance society where authentic expression becomes dangerous. People develop surveillance personalities, curated versions designed to optimize scores rather than reflect true character. Studies show increased anxiety, depression, and social isolation as people struggle to maintain algorithmic acceptability while suppressing authentic selves. Young people growing up under monitoring learn early that natural impulses must be filtered through algorithmic acceptability, creating personalities prioritizing conformity over creativity and independence. Despite comprehensive surveillance, humans find ways to resist. In China, citizens use coded language, VPNs, and offline communication to maintain spaces of authentic expression. Some resistance is technological, other resistance is social, through trust networks and informal information sharing. The most sophisticated resistance involves gaming the system itself, performing compliance while maintaining private spaces of authentic thought. This creates dual consciousness with both public and private selves. As surveillance becomes more sophisticated, resistance evolves to match it. This creates a technological and psychological arms race with profound implications for mental health and social trust. Societies where citizens constantly guard against surveillance develop cultures of suspicion and paranoia that persist long after systems are removed. We mock China's social credit system while building our own versions through private companies and social media. The difference isn't the surveillance, it's who's watching and how, obviously. Western social credit operates through algorithmic capitalism rather than state authority, but the result is similar: comprehensive behavioral monitoring, economic consequences for non-compliance, and social pressure to optimize for algorithmic acceptability. Maybe China's approach is more honest. Their citizens know they're being watched and scored. In the West, we pretend our behavioral monitoring systems are just convenient services, not tools of social control. The cyberpunk authors who imagined surveillance dystopias got one thing wrong. They assumed we'd resist. Instead, we volunteered. We carried surveillance devices, shared private thoughts on social media, and traded privacy for convenience. So gradually, we barely noticed our freedom disappearing. The question isn't whether surveillance societies are coming, they're already here. The question is whether we can build systems that support human flourishing rather than social control, and whether we can maintain authentic expression in a world where every action is monitored, scored, and commodified. The future may not be the boots stamping on a human face forever. It might be the algorithm gently nudging behavior until authentic humanity becomes algorithmically unacceptable. And by the time we notice, we might have forgotten what we've lost.